under the free democratic process of America and the Taft-Hartley laws. Mr. Goldblatt filed for 10 years, according to his testimony, non-communist affidavits. You think it's wrong to investigate that?
Oh, no, what do you mean? There is no question about Mr. Goldblatt, although there can be a question about Mr. Hoffa.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Goldblatt.
Wait a minute. Just a moment. Don't you say anything about a question about Hoffa. There is no question about Hoffa, and don't you say that either. Don't you say that I'm a communist or even affiliated with one. You've said that enough around this country, and I want the American press to know that I resent the fact that there is any inference that I am a communist, that I am associated with or controlled by communists, and don't you use this as a sounding board for headlines for that purpose. And I appeal to the chair that be taken out of the record, and that nobody casts any aspersions about my loyalty to this country. I object to that.
I'll straight the record out. I was talking about Mr. Bridges and Mr. Goldblatt.
Well, don't put me in their class then.
No, I just said that although there might be some question about Mr. Hoffa, and instead of what I said was Hoffa instead of Mr. Bridges. What I meant to say was that although there might be some question about Mr. Bridges, that there is absolutely no question about Mr. Goldblatt. And evidently, you agree with the same thing, Mr. Hoffa.
Just one moment.
You agree with the same thing. Otherwise, you wouldn't have said, don't put me in that class.
Don't put me in their class that they're tagged. In a class that they're tagged, I said. But I want to have, if you will, sir, the record cleared that there are no aspersions made in any way that I am associated with or control or any part of the Communist Party. I resent it, sir.
All right. We refer now to the pension fund. To your stewardship, we could say, to your creation of fame. In amassing these funds, this war chest, this unholy war chest.
Mr. Kennedy, you have used this term, a war chest, to which you have now added unholy.
Now, wait a minute, I have plenty of...
If I may finish.
You may finish in a moment, sir. In a moment, sir. When I am done, then you may finish. The movement of organized crime into the ranks of labor. The corruption of leading Teamster officials with gangsters and corrupt
Mr. Chairman,
thugs and
Mr. Chairman, if I might point of order, I might. I think that it is unfair to allow this impression to exist publicly as it's created by these hearings that I am controlled by gangsters. I am not controlled by them.
I would be very sympathetic if it wasn't for a fact. You got people in Detroit, at least 15 with police records. You've got Joey Blinko in Chicago. Now, I say you're not tough enough to get rid of these people.
I don't intend to be tough. I don't want to be tough. I intend to follow the Constitution, the International Brotherhood of Teamsters.
We're talking about the vicious co-option of the field of labor, and you sit there, sir, who have single-handedly created this monster, who have forced us bond with improper, with criminal activity.
Please, the committee, my client has been convicted of nothing.
He hasn't been convicted, but he will. James R. Hoffa is acquitted. I will jump from the Capitol Dome.
I'll answer their questions. Where, this little shit.